And go. Hello and welcome to another tier list. Today I have Jungle Ultimates. That's what we're doing today. It's not like I just said that and already forgotten it. Today I'm joined by my friend Willowy XOX, DPS Lucio XD, riding into DMs. My alt account. What other account should we got? It's all good. I didn't say your real name. I know it's not. Willowy. Your Twitter's Willowy XOX. If you want to follow this guy on Twitter, he's a good guy. He posts about once a year. All right, shall we get started? Well, let's start off with Achilles, and keep in mind this is only looking at their ults in jungle. Well, we're not taking the fact like Achilles. If it's like solo, doesn't matter, just jungle. Yes, they both execute. Well done, Well. I'm glad you know they both execute. Yeah, I was gonna say decent. It's just decent. Okay, well, I haven't really got much else to say. It's your main form of escaping from fights, yeah, but it's also a lot of your damage come late game, so it is just a decent one. Amaterasu, as you call it. Why? This is my jungle pick, to be honest, and her ultimate in jungle is strong. It's strong because you're getting a lot of damage out of it. It's a really nice stun. It's a long CC as well, so you're CC immune for like an Artemis or who else has long CC immune ults that you need for that? I don't know. Fucking Persephone ult. There you go. That'll do. So yeah, it's no, that'll do. So yeah, it's just a strong ult, provides a lot of damage. Love utility as well. Ama jungle used to be like my favorite jungler, but currently it's not. Yeah, well, yeah, but you never see me play jungle. Full stop. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Anubis. Anubis. So so I'm looking towards the bottom. Weak or shite. I'm gonna put him weak because no, I'm gonna put him shite because it does. It's just yeah. It's it keeps you in place, but it does have some positives. Like you have procs while you're in it because you're passive. You have a lot of damage. You have your CC immune during it, which always helpful. You have a lot of tight life steal. That's not really the Anubis though. That's the build. But yeah, I get you. To be fair, if you're building lifestyle on Anubis, you're doing something wrong. Well, Ao Kwang. Ao Kwang. Well, I'm just gonna put it in the same as Achilles, really. Pluses. Yeah, the difference is with Achilles and Ao Kwang is yeah, and Ao Kwang can also be beadsed. Yeah, he can go a lot further with this as well. Yeah, they both bring different things. Yep. Okay, Apollo. So for the ADC tier list, I put Apollo in like weak or shite, but I think for jungle it's a little different because I think you can actually build transcendence, and so you might actually be able to. You will have mana, and also I've seen Apollo jungle, and I've seen what it can do. Neither do I, but I'm assuming you can build some mana items so you can actually get some mana. Because in ADC your build is very set. You're going to go bow build, you're going to go crit build. You're not going to go like a transcendence power build. You're going something else, and he needs a mana item. Not only he can go like he can go another mana item that is Heart Seeker gives you mana, Dominance gives you mana, but he needs the mana. So I'm gonna put in Strong because it's more viable. It's a global ult. We actually talked about the ultimate itself as a global ult. Decent damage. Yeah, it's a great ult. Knock up at the end of it as well. It is very good in jungle. Yes, I agree with that. Now Reckney. I think this is the definition of either a decent or a weak tier. It's not shite. It's one of the best parts of her kits. It's a long CC immune ult, where she's not targetable, and she does a decent amount of damage when she lands. She slows that whole area, which really plays into Arachne's kit. I'd say it's decent. I wouldn't put it above decent, but I'd just say it's decent. Yeah, it's just okay. Yeah, precisely. Okay, up next we have Athena. Now, because Athena's in the jungle, she's going to be building damage. I'm not going to lie to you, Chief. This ult is going to hurt. It's one of the best global ults in the game, maybe the best. Period. So it's going top tier straight away. Exactly, it's going top tier straight away because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. There's not much needs to be said. It's going to hurt. It's global ult. It's just the I can't even say the channel time for it's bad because like the channel time for it's probably less than like a Apollo or a Carnabug ult. So for a global, it's just fun. That's not bad for a global, you know. Like for a normal ult, that'd be horrible, but for a global, that's good. Okay, let's go with a Wheelix. Oh, you got more to say on Athena? Never mind. No. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Which is also nice in a jungle because you're not really going to be building too tanky, and they'll give you some nice mitigations. All right, are you done with Athena, or you got anything else to say? Top tier, yeah, I agree with you on that. Okay, so we've got a Wheelix. Yeah, it's the definition of shite and top tier. um, Good stats. I don't actually know what the stats are, but I just know it's good stats. I'm gonna put it in strong because the stem itself is good, but then it's bringing people towards you or it's forcing beads. It's just a strong ultimate because you gotta think. Yeah, or if it didn't have a stem, it would be like weak. Oh, 100%. I know if you're also, yeah, it's a lot. If you're playing around your team as you should as a jungler, typically picking gods that suit your team, you'll be having a knock up heavy comp with a Wheelix. Or their team will be having like jumps. They'll be playing like Anha and fucking I don't know who else has a jump. Kakolin, people like that. They'll be having, yeah, Gilgamesh is the prime example because she's really good into Gilg. He's got a long jump. No, because you're CCMing during the cast. Don't worry. I thought of that at one point and I checked it. So don't worry. Yeah, strong. Now, one that's an interesting one. Bacchusol. Not Bacchusaur or Bacchus, because I know you get these two mixed up. Drunk Boy. It's kind of hurt. It hurts as a when he's a support. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Intoxicate for I think 6 seconds and a lot of damage. It's a large ultimate as well. It's like a large ring. It's not. It's easy to hit multiple people. Does he? I know that you're googling this as we go, and I'm glad you are. Oh, you're on Smite. Okay, obviously. You're doing the equivalent of Google. That makes sense. It's I'm gonna put it in strong maybe. The magical power actually kind of sways it for me. Bacchus Jungle is not the best jungler by far, but it's definitely not a throw at the same time. Yeah. Okay, Bacchusora. At one point in time, this ult was OPAF. um, yeah. Um, his ult's Regurgitate, right? That's what it's called. I'm pretty sure. And his ult's okay. I'm not gonna put in weak. Actually, I might put in weak. I'll probably put in decent though. It's things with Bacchusora is his ult is purely the whole reason you go to lanes is to use your ult. It's when you fight is when you have your ult. But late game, your ult does start falling off. But at the same time, you're doing loads of damage. So I don't think it necessarily falls off that much. I would have put that in decent, but I'll go with weak just to be with you. Weak. We'll leave it in weak. We can discuss it later, maybe. Bastet. Why is it bad, Will? I don't think her ult was that bad. It does a lot of damage. I think you kind of need the ult to do a lot of things with her. I'm putting her in decent because we're saying that ult's the best part, and she's as a god, she's not that strong. She's not like absolutely terrible, but she's not like super strong. She's not OP. She's not. You're not really gonna ever ban Bastet. You're not gonna mind too much if someone picks Bastet. Like on the enemy team, you're not gonna be like, oh god, they've got a Bastet. Whatever will I do? Yes. Now we move on to one of your favorite gods, Will. Bellona. Yeah, I know. Bellona's ult for that is really good. Not to mention it does like 400 damage base. I put in top tier for solo, and I think they're just putting top tier for jungle. it doesn't only give you things, it also gives your team things. So it's strong. So you're diving with your solo laner. Your solo laner is going to have extra power. He's going to have extra prots. You're diving with your support. They're going to have extra power, extra prots. Like, you're going to be helping your team out, not only yourself, which is something really nice in that ultimate. Now we're going to be looking at another ultimate that's fun to use. Cabraka! Cabraka. So what are you putting it? It's sounding like a strong or a top tier from you. And then at the same time, it then stops you from being able to walk in certain directions. Yeah, and then he's just gonna tremor you or to you, and you're dead. You know, for jungle, I think I'm gonna put it top tier. Support, I would definitely put it lower, but it is on a very short cooldown. You raise a good point. Yeah, for support, I'd definitely put this lower, but for jungle, I think I'm putting it top tier just because of pure damage. Camazotz. Camazotz reminds me a lot of a Reckney ult. But if a Reckney ult's indecent, I would want to put Camazotz in strong, which I don't think's right. So I think I would want to move a Reckney down to weak and Cama to decent. Yeah, you can do damage with it. Yeah, I'm moving Arachne to weak and Kama to decent. Because they do the same thing. They're both there, like, getaway, but, like, Arachne's is just a lot worse than Kama's. Because Kama, you can at least do damage whilst getting away. Whereas Arachne's, you're just stuck there walking on some webs until the game decides, hey, I'm no longer running these webs. Alright. I'll say that's all I've got to say for that. Let's look at the next one. This is a shocking ult. I had to make one shock pun because I do it every time. It's not even a shocking ult. It's actually quite a good ult. Shock's probably it's probably the best part of his kit. You've never played Shock. I would actually recommend you play Shock. You know what his ult does, right? It silences you and then knocks you up. So you can't even say if you're like in your Odin 3, it actually cancels your Odin 3, so you aren't knock up immune. The only people that are like knock up immune to it are like Terra, who's got in their passive. Yeah, Shock's ult is really quite a good ult actually. It's a really big circle as well. This is similar to Bacchus ult, but I'd say it's like I'm going to put it the same as Bacchus ult. It provides different types of CC, but at the same time, I'd say it's very similar to Bacchus ult. Like, Intoxicate is really annoying, but silences are really, really annoying. However, at the same time, you've got to look. You're as a jungler, you're trying to kill the ADC. Now, while silence can be useful against an ADC, what do ADCs use mostly, Will? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you may want to change your dive target. You're correct in that, but yeah, you got to think like, is the science actually that useful? Like, yes, it's useful if they're low and you're stopping them from getting away, obviously. But if they're engaging with it, then they're not going to mind too much because they'll just go, I have autos and I have crit. Then you're just dead. Okay, now we move on to Chunga. I've seen this played like twice in jungle. It's the straight line that stuns and does a decent amount of damage. No, it just couldn't. It's not that. That would be a shite ult. It would have to be like the shortest cooldown ult in the game. Actually, no, it would have to be like a Tiamat. Tiamat in ground stance kind of ult. Anyway, Chunga ult I'm going to put in just weak. It's not like a bad ult. Actually, maybe decent. See, I've always had said like Chunga ult kind of underwhelms me, but then I get hit by it and it takes away like 90% of my health bar. I'm like, yeah, like, maybe this ult isn't that bad. It does a lot of damage. These does a decent stun. It's on quite a short cooldown as well. Yes. Yeah, I'm putting it on decent because like it depends on the situation. Normally, you're only going for one because you want to kill a single target, but if you can get them grouped up and bro, you can have them CC'd for 6 seconds. Exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna put in decent. It's a situational one. Okay, so this one's going in shite here. Chronosoul. let's just move on. Let's just move on. Dagio, powwow. It provides you with a lot. It's good bead burner, good. Dodgy always use. But the thing is with Dodgy is at least in my games, they always use it very defensively when they're on like one health, and I'm like, I know why you're using it because it saves you, but at the same time, it's like you have no follow up because you're using it when you're out of position. Is it? That's why Morrigan is amazing. I'm putting Dodgy in. Oh, that's not quick. I'm putting Dodgy in strong, not top tier, just strong. Now one I'm putting in weak is Danzabaro. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love his ultimate. It's so fun and funny to watch. But in jungle, but in jungle, bro, trying to get it to not hit the walls. Yes. Yeah. If this was like season 4, I might say strong because there was so open. Even the jungle was really open in season 4, but we're in season 8. Okay, well, this one I don't feel even qualified to talk about because I'm sitting next to the man that plays this god every day of his life, Alang Shen. No. Yes, I do agree with you on that. However, I must remind you that Athena exists and has that ability on a 5 second cooldown. It's not 5 seconds, but yeah, it really is. Okay, I'm putting this god in top tier, and you're never gonna guess who it is. It's the big doggo. It's Fenrir. It just gives you kills. It's great. It's great chase down. It's great chase down. Great damage. Uh, gives your team a kill if they don't have feed. Yeah, it's just a great. Oh, it's not even on that long a cooldown either. So yeah, it's just top tier. Now let's go with another shite ultimate, Pharaoh. Yeah, the Pharaoh doesn't work properly. Yeah, it's inconsistent. That's what you need to say is inconsistent about Kronos and Pharaoh. It's just really inconsistent. When you if you get into the air, it's a good ultimate, but getting into the air is a rarity. Yeah. Okay. Nah, it's staying in shite, mate. Sorry. Mr. Blitz would agree with me. Okay, Geb. As a jungler, Gebol. It doesn't knock them up in the air. It stuns them in a circle. It's quite a small circle though, and at the same time, it does percent health, doesn't it? It doesn't. It's not even like you can do that much damage with it. So I'm just going to put it in weak. No, I'm not. I'm putting it in decent weak. I don't think it's weak. It's like a support ult. I would say it's like top tier or strong, but as a jungle, it's quite weak because you're looking to do damage with jungle, aren't you? You can't kill anyone with it. That's a good point. Although next patch you will be able to because they're changing it. Guanyu. I have not missed Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is at the bottom because he got added late. Yeah, but in this list he's at the bottom because of how it worked. In jungle, this all hurts. Not gonna lie, I haven't seen a Guanyu jungle for a long time, but I know people enjoy it, and I'm gonna put it in top tier because long CC immuno, lots of damage, provides a stun. What more do you want from an ultimate? Short cooldown as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this in top tier and leave it there and move on to Hades. Hades. Hades looks weak. It's gonna be. I don't like Hades ult because you just die half the time. Die. That's why it's not in shite. It does. If you can actually get people to stay in his ult, it does damage. But people just get out of it in so many ways. Yeah, we just left. Yeah. Yeah, it's weak. So we're gonna go on to Hebois. Good movement. It does a trillion damage, yeah. His ult's good. Because like Hebois' kit is really weird. He's not a jungle. He's a mage that needs to be like in your face. Whereas most of the time you want your mage to be sitting at the back. But with Hebois, you want to exactly. His one is literally Tiamat's ground stance one. I'm just gonna put it in decent or strong. I'll go with decent. I'll go with decent. It goes to damage and good movement, but at the same time, yeah, there's no CC. Yeah, it's like it works well with his kit as well, which is something that you need to keep in mind. Okay, so let's move on to Hercules. So where's the big rock going? But it's the kind of thing. It's what lots of damage, but it doesn't provide much else. Cabrakan. I knew you were gonna say this. Yeah. Not if you have an Odin though. I'm just gonna put in decent because I think it's very similar to but it doesn't provide movement, but it provides CC immunity, which is nice. Humbats. This is a top tier. I was gonna go top tier. It's just it can burn so many beads that you can burn an extra bead. uh, Fucking big brain. And not only that, it does a healthy amount of damage. If they don't have beads, they're just dead. It's really big as well. Yeah, so yeah, just top tier. Alright, Yanis. But I wouldn't say it's enough to go top tier. It's strong. Yes, I got you with that. I agree with that. Yeah, it's a great ornament. Which 100%. Be it your ADC or their ADC, it's hitting one of them. If their ADC is Barracuda, it's 200% of the time. He gets hit twice. it. Yeah, exactly. His ult's great. It works well with him being in jungle. Fast rotations, which is always nice in jungle. That's why global ults are always nice, or semi-global ults, as we'll get to a bit later because there's a few of those. But it's a really nice ult for a jungler to have. So we're going to move on to Will's favorite god to play against, Kali. Well, it's like, yeah, the ult's not like it doesn't provide you like insane damage or anything, but Kali already has that. So it's like, okay, yeah, yeah, and then she doesn't die. Yeah, can we just? It's like I don't even want to do this, but I need to put. I think it needs to go in top tier. It's an ult that you really struggle to counter. But the thing is with Kali is the reason why she's not playing in like SPL is because she has such a slow early game. But then when you get into late game, she just melts everything. And that's 90% of that's just because of this ult and her passive. She can just dive everything and then just get full healed. Because it's just like, oh, I just have an ult where I'm CC immune. No, I'm not CC immune, but mostly immune. And the only real thing that counts is Kali ult is fucking Heimdall ult. Fucking send them to Niflheim. That's all you got. Oh, that's what I do. If there's ever a Kali on the other team, I just send them to Niflheim. That's all. Fuck's sake. All right, let's keep moving. Loki. Loki. Lucio as a jungler is really good. I put it quite low as a solo laner because as a solo laner it's not amazing, but as a jungler it's really good because you're just looking to one-shot someone. And Lucio allows you to do that. I wouldn't put it top tier because of the amount of times you have to use it very defensively to get away. And like that's not really taking away from the it's taking away from Loki, I'd say, to be fair. I'm just gonna put it in strong. Because there's quite a bit you can do against Loki ult. You can CC immune it in whatever way beats your ult, but you can also dodge it sometimes. Sometimes people seem to just forget that they can move their cursor, and they just leave it looking in the direction they already went, and so you just sidestep it. Rarity it happens. It really shouldn't happen, but it does happen from time to time. And that inconsistency means it probably just belongs in the strong tier. Alright, well, it's another one of your signature gods. Mercury! Mm-hmm. I'd say it's just strong to decent. Oh, it does. It suits his kit so well. Yes. It's a strong... I'd say it's strong. Right, and there's also like watching people like adapting or someone else who plays Mercury. I've just never really seen adapting play it. Is the way they use it in like short spaces with like really small like ults, and it's just insane how they do it. It's just like it has a lot more versatility than you realize when you first use it. Okay, Milano. Used to be shy. Weak. I'm gonna just put him weak. I like Mulan's ult, but it is weak. Alright, let's move on then. She's just a weak god. Mulan, we just do Mulan. Nemesis. If you're playing against Cthulhu, top's there. It's a decent armor, at least. I think decent's where it belongs. It does decent. It does decent amount of damage. It gives you steals their parts. Does it slow them? I think it slows them, doesn't it? Well, her sword definitely slows it. Well, her thingy sword. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So yeah, that might make it strong, you know. Nah, I think it's just decent because it's single target again. Like, because quite a lot of these like strong ults aren't single target. Like you can like Dargy ult is multiple, Shock ult is multiple, Mercury can be multiple. Willix ult is singular, but it's strong. Ninja is the next one. Um, it does a decent amount of damage, but the things with Ninja is it's used to set up for other people. So you're looking to like set up, you're looking to Ninja ult someone into like a Kraken or something. And that's why I think Ninja is better in support than he is in jungle, because yeah. I'm just gonna put in weak for now. Nike ult. Also slows and deals damage. It's not bad, ult. I'll just say it's decent again. Even still, I'd say it's decent, just because the slow is really strong as well. Like it's really high slow. All right. This one's going top tier because it's Odin. Even in the jungle, it's top tier because it does the same thing it does in solo and support of fucking over the enemy team. Fucking put him in mid, he's top tier. Yeah. He might struggle in lane, but fuck me, is he going to ult well? Okay, let's just do Osiris. In jungle, it's used to get away. It's like an engage slash get away, depending on. It does have anti heal. It does have a 0.4 second root as well. See, the passive thing always makes. I always forget about the passive thing, but the passive thing's actually quite good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Decent or strong? Yes. Just go for a Ymir wall like it's nothing. You can. Let's go with another ultimate. Well, like all of these have been ultimates. Pele. So you do a dash, and then you do. I think it's cones. Yeah, it's kind of like Bakasora in a way. Yeah, it's also CC immune, which is nice. I'd say it's a strong ultimate. Despite the fact I don't see Pele very often right now. Does decent damage. Does. There is a slow one. I think it's if you connect the dash. I'm putting it in strong. Yeah, it does go well with the rest of her ability. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go with one that's going to be controversial. Poseidon? No, I hate Poseidon, but his ult is fucking strong. Like his ult is like top tier, but the rest of his kit is shite. Like his ult, it not only does it like do a lot of damage, it also stuns them for quite a while. I'm honestly, I'm gonna put it in top tier, which goes against every fiber of my being because I want to put him in shite. But okay, I'll agree with you because I don't want to put him in top tier because like his ult is good, but his fucking kit is shit. Okay, Ratatoska, semi-global ult. Ratatoska is one of them where it's like it really depends on what team you're playing with. No, it really depends on what team you're playing with. Because if you're playing with like a team that requires you to get all the kills, it's not great. But then if you're playing with a team that's looking to, um, looking to look for setup off your ult, then it's great because that's what right ult is. It's a setup ult. It's like Erlang ult. It's setup. They're looking for setup, but if so, it's like it's one of them where like some games that we top tier, but some games it's just going to be like weak. I love Raul. I think I'll agree with you a decent right now. It really does depend on your team comp. Somehow I've opened this up. Okay. Raven. CC immune ult. I love Raven. It's kind of similar to Osiris because it doesn't root and doesn't stack as passive. It's just pure damage. So I think for that it has to go into decent rather than strong. You want to play in weak, don't you? Okay, you're the guest, so I'm going to put it in weak just for you. Not shite, weak. You have only played Raven once. Yes. It's okay. I'll allow your opinion to sway me, and I'll put it in weak. Let's just move on to Circuit. So it's a very good ult because you can build Saketsu tanky, but it's true damage, isn't it? So it still fucking hurts. Like this is like actually one of the ults that is kind of top tier, but you kind of don't realize it is. You don't realize that it's top tier until you don't realize it's top tier until you actually get hit by it. Because I remember I used to think Saket ult was useless, but then I got hit by it once. I was like, oh my god, all my health is gone. Where? I'm putting it top tier just because of the true damage. Yeah, it's like it's grown on me a lot as a god. Like I still don't play her, but playing with like I used to hate having one on my team, but now I understand that she's actually just really good. Okay, settle. Well, this is going top tier. It's the whole reason the god is good. Yep. Okay, Sun Wukong. For a jungle, I don't know if it's actually that good. Yeah, and you're not using it for the damage. Does good damage, but as a jungler, you're looking for your ult to do a lot of damage, and you're looking to use your ult for the damage. It does, yeah. That's why you use Soul Eater a lot on it as well. I'm gonna go with just decent. It's just some Susano. After your excursions with Susano in Joust. It's one of them where it's like if you first someone that's bad at Susanoo, you're like, oh, it's kind of shite, and then you play the one that's good at Susanoo, it's like, oh my god, all my health's gone. I'd say it's strong. We're gonna go strong. Sylvanas. This is one of them you're not gonna see in Jungle very often, but it can do it. Hey, you can click hands really fast. I'm just gonna put it in weak. You're building purely damage. His ult is decent though. No, it does tick damage. It's not a set amount of damage. Whereas Gebel is like you're gonna do the same amount of damage every time. If they're on the same amount of health. I'm just gonna put him weak. Just weak. Yeah, I'd say it's better support than the same with Geb. It's better support than it is jungle. Okay, Thor. Thor. Semi-global ult again. Yeah, but his ult's not that bad. Playing decent. It's one of the better parts of it. No, it's not. No, it's not. Though. It's not like that bad. It's like Thor is like, yeah. It's like I was gonna say it's Thor the best of his kit, but then it's like his his hammer throw is actually kind of good as well. You know. I don't know. There's a lot of things in Thor's kit that should just make him really good, but then you just get the wall, and it's like, don't know about that, Chief. All right, I will. I agree with you. I don't agree. I don't think it. If Thor was better as a god, I'd say it belongs in like strong because it enables Thor to use his kit well. But because the rest of his kit is kind of meh, the part of his kit that's good is his hammer and his circle. But then you just get his fucking wall that's just like RNG. All right, so we're gonna go with Ulor. Now this is 20% of each physical lifesteal and attack speed for free. As an ult, it's going in weak. It's an ult, but it's also a stim. Look at it as like a stim, but a permanent one. It's a permanent stim. It's just weak. Okay, so for mana ult, if Curstonk didn't exist, top tier. For mana ult, when Curstonk exists, shite. I'm gonna put it in weak because if they don't buy Curstonk, his ult will actually do bits. But everyone should buy Curstonk, so it's going in weak. Exactly. Alright, we're going in shite then. We're going in shite. I'm not moving Freya up. Ymir ult. It's gonna fucking destroy you in the jungle. Yeah, but I think that's kind of countered by a blink freeze wall. Maybe it's two. Like with like a full combo, I think it kind of counters that. Because yeah, I'm just gonna put it in decent or strong. That's where it belongs. It's one of the better support translations. I'm gonna put it in strong. Strong. Actually, no. I'm gonna put it in decent because it makes Ymir very vulnerable because I think you're not building prots in jungle, so he's a really easy target. So you're just put it in decent. Tsukiomi, it's your boy. Strong, top tier. Where are we putting it? Tsukiomi. His ult's like set, so I'd say it's top tier. It's good advice. Gilgamesh. It used to be like it used to be top tier, and now it's just kind of like it used to be like like the best ult ever. Yeah, it's like that's and it's also on such a long cooldown now that I think it's just strong. But then it does so much when you do have it. Like not even from the stuff you do, like the stuff you just can zone off a whole area. I would say it's still probably top tier. High strong, okay. We can agree with that. High strong. I would still put it top tier, but it's high strong. Zhong Kui, this one's for Mr. Blitz. Zhong Kui, this one's for Mr. Blitz. Zhong Kui was kind of good, you know. Strong. We'll put in strong then. All right, Morgan Le Fay. This one's requested. Where are you putting it? Where you putting it? Where are you putting it? Yeah. So, top tier strong. It requires a lot of setup though, doesn't it? Because you have to get all the runes and stuff. Well, not runes, marks. It does do that. Also makes you CC immune. It's one that we could definitely look to move up to top tier. Same as Gilgamesh. I think they're both very. They're both like right on the precipice. I'd just like to remind everyone watching this that this is our own opinions and we are retards. Thalatos. Yeah, it's the best execute, I'd say. The most reliable execute. And the most reliable one. I'm going to go with strong. Yeah. And then you just do Death Scythe. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, sounds about right. And you've also got to think this ult is used a late game. Well, Thalatos is picked for his for late game purely for his ult. Okay, Morrigan. Morrigan ult is just kind of always top tier. Because it always allows you to pick someone who's built well, got a good ult. Like, it allows you to pick like the enemy Artemis. It allows you to pick. Yeah. Precisely. Morrigan one is Morrigan ult is just a top tier ultimate. And finally, this one is for Mr. Blitz, Zeus ult. So shite or weak. Hold on, I got you. Got you. Give me a second. Hold on, I got you. I got you. Okay, there you go. It's going in a tier above. It's going in a tier above all by itself. It does do a significant amount of damage. I would. Because at the same time, the ult covers a large area, but at the same time, it's very easy to escape from. Because it's so slow to charge up and do its business. Oh my god. Big brain. Yes, but way worse. Okay. I would definitely say to anyone who's still watching at this point, I don't know why you would be. We're clearly stupid. On a different day, this list would definitely change. It really just depends on how we're feeling. Exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna go get railed by Evermana solo probably, and say he's top tier. Yeah, it's one of them where he can either be the best god in the game or he can be the worst god in the game. There's no in between for him. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've had a good day. I hope you enjoyed the video and my amazing special guest, Willowy XOX. I'll refer to that as always. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you haven't already. Will, you got anything to say to the people? To the one person that's watching this? Say something about Mr. Bliss. Alright. Nice.